We're gonna have our hand weights or some kind of thing that you can hold off to the side, but we're gonna start standing today. So if you have a mat, feel free to just stand on your mat. And it looks like my head's gonna be cut off a little bit, so I apologize for being the headless instructor. But we're just gonna start with a little bit of stretches first. So if I stand up really nice and tall, I'm gonna take my right foot and try to put it on the inside rim of my left leg somewhere, as high as I can. And again, if you need the wall, it's there. And then we're just gonna stretch those arms up overhead. This might seem familiar to those of you who've taken yoga a time or two before as tree pose. My hips are forward and this knee is just stretching and pointing out to the side. From here, I'm gonna set my right leg down and do the same with the left leg, of putting the bottom of my left foot somewhere on the inside of my right leg. And again, stretch those arms overhead. If you need the wall, feel free to use it. But again, hips forward, knees stretching out and away from the body. Beautiful. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, set that foot down. Now let's mix it up a bit. So my left leg is grounding to the ground. I'm going to lift this right foot, grab it with both hands, and try to lift the foot and my shin as high as I can while I balance. Just a little bit of a balance challenge. Again, I'm standing up tall, core is engaged, hips neutral, shoulders down and back. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, relax, and then go to the other side. So again, grounding through the right leg, grabbing my left foot, and trying to lift that leg as high as I can. Again, core is engaged, hips neutral, shoulders down and back. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale, slowly release. Again, ground that left leg down. Now, I'm gonna bend my right heel to my booty, grab it with my right hand, and then try to pull my heel to my booty while standing up straight, and my knees are going to be beside one another. So this knee isn't falling forward or arching back. That way I can be nice and tall. And just get that nice stretch. If you have tight hip flexors, you're probably going to feel that start to open up. But hopefully we're feeling a lot of our quads here. Nice deep inhale, exhale, slowly release, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So again, pull that left heel towards the booty, grab with your left hand, and again, pull that heel to the booty very gently, of course, making sure this knee isn't going forward or back or out to the side. So again, just getting that lovely hip flexor stretch and the quads. Because again, we're gonna go into some high intensity here in a second, so I wanna be sure we're ready for it. And then as soon as you're ready, slowly release. Again, nice and easy. And first, we're just gonna start with some booty kickers. So if I just lift one heel up, like I'm trying to kick my booty, the core is still on, hips are in neutral. Now again, if you have a migraine, you might want to stay here and just kind of do this nice and easy for your morning. If you want something a little bit harder, like I know some of you on this class want, give me some bounces. So I'm bouncing and kicking that booty. Perfect. Again, if you try it and you're like, oh, I didn't like that at all, you can go back to nice and slow little booty kickers. So again, you can make this your own of whatever feels good for you and your body. And we're just gonna do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Now I'm gonna step out to the side. Give me a nice little side lunge. Come back up to standing. Squat. Stand up. Lift my heels. Come down and repeat. So side lunge all the way over, back to standing, squat down, and then stand up, lifting those toes. Now, of course, for those of you who want something a little extra, when you're in this squat, give me a jump up, and then lunge over, come all the way down, back to center, squat, and jump. If this is a non-jumping type of day, just don't make that part. So again, squatting down, standing up, lifting those heels, set them down, and repeat. We're doing 3 more. So squat, optional jump, all the way over. This is number 2. And squat, optional jump. Last one, all the way down, back to center. Perfect. From here, I'm then going to do a nice little squat. In my squat, come down to one hip or one knee, the other knee. Now I'm in this high kneeling position. One foot up, the other foot up, and stand up. If it's easier, you can reverse lunge back. That way that knee can come straight down, and then your other knee can come straight down. Perfect. And again, those arms can do whatever feels good for you and your body. Perfect. So just lunging down, one knee down to that high lunge, or pardon me, high kneel, and then back up. Perfect. And again, if you want to get a little creative, you can move those arms a little bit. We're just going to do two more. Perfect. So this is number 2. Stand up. Beautiful. Last one. Now let's do that other side. A lunge over. Come into that lunge. Back to center. Squat. And then stand up. Lift the heels or jump. Side lunge over. Nice deep lunge. Back to center. Squat. And again, you can lift those heels. Come back down. And repeat, or do that jump if it feels good. Down and jump. Perfect. Again, working with what you have today. All the way down, up, lift those heels, down, and over. Beautiful. Good. We're just going to do 3 more of these. Beautiful. And lift, and lower, all the way over. Down, 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 back to center, squat, maybe jump, maybe not. This is number 2, and squat, and jump. Last one, all the way over, back to center, squat. Maybe we do that heel lift. Perfect. From here, now I'm just going to do some normal squats. Again, you can do whatever you need to with your arms as I squat, putting my weight in my heels rather than my toes. But now we've all squatted before, so let's add on. So the next time I squat, stand up, give me a tin soldier. Fold it up sideways so you can see what it looks like. Squat, come up, opposite foot, opposite hand touch, and then repeat. Beautiful. And again, if you want a little more intensity, add a jump here before you go into that tin soldier. Again, totally up to you. Do whatever feels good for you and your body. Beautiful. Down and up and squat down, maybe jump up and then give me that nice tin soldier. Opposite hand, opposite foot touch. Excellent. 4 more. So this is 4. And this is 3. And this is 2. And last one. Down and up. Perfect. From here, I'm going to externally rotate my feet. Stand up nice and tall, hands behind the ears. And now I'm going to bring my left elbow to my left knee in a side crunch. And then repeat on the right. And I'm just coming sideways, all the way over. So my ribs and my hip bones are just kissing. And I'm not rotating, just going straight over. Just kind of warming up those obliques. Beautiful. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. 4 more. This is 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. From here, my left leg stays straight. Right leg comes over the front. And if I look, my little toes are almost parallel and touching. The back leg, in this case the left, is going to stay straight as I waterfall forward. And again, trying to put my hands on the ground. My back leg is straight. This right leg will be bent a little bit, just biomechanically. There's no other way for it to go. But hopefully, we're feeling this lovely stretch through the outer left part of the leg. So this nice outside IT band area. Nice deep inhale, exhale, slowly articulate up. Come back to normal. Now the right leg stays straight, left leg goes over. Again, if I look down, my little baby pinky toes are parallel, almost touching. Nice deep inhale, exhale, waterfall forward. Now my right leg is straight, left leg is bent, it has to be. But I can feel this lovely stretch now through the outside of the right leg. And again, trying to go as far down as I can. If you can't go very far, just go however far gravity will let you today. Some nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Perfect. And then as soon as you're ready, exhale and slowly start to stack your spine up, one vertebrae at a time. And then as soon as you're ready, stretch those arms and chest and head to the sky. Exhale, waterfall forward, one vertebrae at a time. Put those hands to the floor, and then inchworm yourself out to a plank. If you need to, you can come down onto your knees or stay in that big, beautiful plank. Beautiful, everybody. We're just gonna hang out here, just for a count of 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and set those knees down. As always, if you need to, sink back into a child's pose. If you need to do a couple cat-cows, if your shoulders are rolled, just stretch your body out, however it feels good. This is plank part 1 of your day. So we got this. As soon as you're ready, I'm going to come back to that quadruped. And I want to make sure there's a lot of room beside me for my legs. So if you need to, scoot forward a little bit. From here, curl those toes under. Nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up. Walk the feet back to a plank. From here, give me some side-to-side toe taps. Now, if this is as hard as you want to go today, stay here. If you're thinking, I've done this before, give me some taps of both feet, jumping from the left to the center, to the right, to the center, to the left, to the right, to the center. And again, if you're like, oh, no jumping for me today, just those side-to-side toe taps. Perfect. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Come on down. Set those knees down and stretch it on out. Beautiful. Stretch whatever feels good for you in your body. Because now we're going to add on to that. So you can pick whichever one felt good. The side-to-side toe taps or the hops. So again, make it your own today. So as soon as you're ready, come back to that quadruped. Then take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, knee hover up. Walk those feet back. And again, pick whichever one you want to do. Taps, jumps, whatever feels good. Every time you're at the center, though, tap one hand to the other. And then do some alternating toe taps. And then tap opposite hands. So jump, 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 tap, tap, and repeat. So we're jumping, we're tapping those hands, and we're moving on. Perfect. Now, this whole thing counts as 1, so give me 2 more. So, that was 2. Last one. After my last one, come on down and stretch it out. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Perfect. And again, stretch whatever feels good for you in whatever capacity feels good. You just have 1 more plank before we move on. And again, shake those wrists. If you need to for this next plank, you can totally be on your forearms. Again, listen to your body. So, for my next plank, I'm going to again come up in my quadruped, curl the toes under, nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up, walk my feet out. Now, start giving me just a normal mountain climber. You can do a running mountain climber if you want. But now, we've done mountain climbers, so let's add on to this. So as I do my mountain climber, I'm going to walk out to the side. So these are called rotating mountain climbers. And I'm walking myself to the left, and then back to center, and then to the right. And of course, you can be on your forearms if you need to. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Beautiful. 1 more all the way to the right, 1 more to center, and then we're done. Perfect. Excellent. When you come back to center, again, stretch it out in your stretch of choice. Whatever feels good for you in your body. Perfect. And then as soon as you're ready, I'm going to sit down. You can sit in a Z sit, cross-legged, whatever feels good. And just stretch my right arm overhead, leaning to the left. You can do whatever you need to with this left arm. Just stretch this area out a little bit. This right shoulder is going to stay down and back in the socket. If I can pull my sleeve up here, it's down and back and not falling forward. Hopefully you can see that difference. Come back up and then go to the other side. Again, the right arm can do whatever it needs to, while that left arm stretches overhead to the right, stretching the left side of the body. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales, keeping this left shoulder down and back. Perfect. You need to lean forward and stretch out that back a little bit. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Before we stack our spine up one vertebrae at a time, and then from here we get to lay down, which is awesome. We like laying down. So now that I'm laying down, I'm going to leave my left leg on the ground and teaser up with just the right leg. So again, arms can be wherever. Nice deep inhale, exhale, teaser up with that right leg up and the body coming up, and slowly come down. Now let's alternate legs. Inhale, exhale, left leg comes up and then down to go back to the right leg. Nice deep inhale. So hopefully we left off on something that kind of looked like this. That's as far as you want to go today. Stay there. Otherwise, we're going to do a full-blown teaser. So nice deep inhale, exhale, teaser all the way up and all the way down. Exhale, teaser all the way up and all the way down. Again, if that doesn't feel good for you, go back to the one leg up at a time. And again, trying to go nice and slow so we can really find those abdominals. Now, the next time I teaser up, pause, and I'm going to bend my left elbow. As I rotate to the left, my eyes are going to follow my left elbow. Come back to center and teaser down. And then teaser on up. And now bend the right elbow as my gaze follows the right elbow. Come back to center and then down. And of course, coming on up. And again, following that bend. Wherever your eyes go, your torso tends to go too. So that's why we want your gaze to follow that bending elbow. Back to center and then down. Perfect. The next time we come down, stay here for a second. Bend those knees and just rock the knees side to side. Just kind of massage that lower back. If your hip flexors are grumpy right about now, you can hug them into your chest really tight. And that's just going to give them a break. Because unfortunately, we're not done with our teasers. So, no. Apparently, the internet going out was just a little bit of a break. So, enjoy that. Send those legs long. Now again, you can either do a one leg or two leg teaser. So teaser up, hold your teaser, and then lift those arms all the way overhead, lift them down parallel to the shoulders, and then go all the way down. And again, teaser up, pause, lift the arms all the way overhead, send them back to parallel, and down. Beautiful, guys. Excellent. Lift up, lower, and down. Two more. So again, teaser up, lift, lower, and down. Last one. Teaser up, lift, lower, and down. Perfect. Now, shake it out a little bit. Again, do whatever kind of stretch you need to, because we're going to combine those two things, the rotation and the arm lifts. So, if I'm doing every other one, this is what it will look like. So I teaser up, one leg is up, lift my arms overhead, rotate, in this case to the left, back to center, and then down. And of course, teaser up, if I'm doing every other leg, lift the arms, rotate right, back to center, and then come on down. If I'm doing it with both legs, teaser up, hold your teaser, lift the arms, rotate, back to center, and down. Beautiful. Again, teaser up, lift the arms, rotate, back to center, lower the arms, and down. Give me two more. That way, teaser up, lift, rotate, back to center, lower the arms, and down. Last one. Teaser up, lift, rotate, back to center, lower, and down. Oh, goodness. Hopefully you felt something. So again, we're just gonna stretch. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales, whatever feels good for you and your body. Now, again, you can sit whatever feels good for you. If you'd rather do a low kneel, a Z sit, prayer pose, or crisscross applesauce. I'm going to find my props, so your hand weights. And again, totally optional, don't have to have them. So from here, we're just going to do a little bit of what we would normally do on the reformer to try to get ourselves back into that gear if we open next week. Sit up tall, keep my shoulders down and back. I'm going to start with my hands at my knees, like I would on the reformer. And as I exhale, pull those arms backwards to the wall behind me and slowly release. So if I'm sideways, you can see what this looks like. I'm starting here, like I would on the reformer. Exhale, pull the arms back and slowly release. And again, you can do this with as heavy or as light of a weight as you want. If this doesn't feel good with the weight, drop them and do it without. That way you can really focus on what your upper body is doing. Perfect. But now let's add on. So the next time I pull my arms back, pause and give me 2 pulses of the arms before I come back. So pull those arms back, go pulse, pulse, and then slowly release. We're just going to do 3 more. All the way back, pulse, pulse, and then release. All the way back, pulse, pulse, and then release. Last one. All the way back, pulse, pulse, and then release. Now, we want a little bit of room out to our sides. So if I roll my shoulders down and back, nice deep inhale, exhale, open those arms just to shoulder height, and then back down. The trickiest part of this, and again, I'll go sideways so you can see what I'm doing, is when I lift the arm and I look over my shoulder, my arm is in line with my ear. This is going to start to get difficult after a while, especially depending on how heavy your weight is. And you might start to notice that arm coming forward, because this is a lot easier. So if you look, say, to the left or right and see that, make sure we're pulling the arm back so it's in line with our body, in line with our ear, as I lift up and lower down. Beautiful. Lift up and lower down. Perfect. Now, if you want to, optional add-on, lift, pulse, pulse, and then lower. So lift, pulse, pulse, and then lower. Beautiful. 2 more. Come up, pulse, pulse, and then down. Up, pulse, pulse, and then down. Perfect. If you need to, set the weight down, shake out your shoulders. We're going to go into presentation or offering, or serving, depending on the verbiage of how you learn this. So if I sit up tall, roll my shoulders back, I'm going to bend my elbows at a 90 degree, palms up to the sky, and imagine your hand weights are a tray of cocktails. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale, and as I exhale, serve my cocktails out, and then pull that tray back in. But I'm not pushing this arm so far forward that it pops out of the socket and I round my upper back. So it's a much smaller motion than most people realize. Perfect. So I'm just serving out and pulling back in. Pressing out and back in. For all those backyard barbecues we're going to have once quarantine is over, we're just prepping you for that. All the way out and back in. 3 more and then we'll add on to this. So out and in, out and in, out and in. Last one, all the way out and in. If you need to, set that down, shake it out a little bit. Perfect. Now let's go into offering. So we're going to serve out, offer wide, come back to center and in. So again, find that position, nice bend of the elbows. Exhale, serve your cocktails out, offer them wide, bring them back in, and pull your tray back to your chest. So exhale, open wide, back to center and in. Beautiful, everybody. And of course, if you'd like, you can stand if you want. So I know sometimes being on our knees is a little bit gnarly. Perfect. Now, if you think you have good enough control To maintain good form, you can do one arm at a time. You can be a fancy cocktail waitress or waiter as we go out and in. But again, making sure that we're really focusing on that form. If that's too much, don't worry about it. We can do both arms. Sometimes it's easier when both arms work together as a team. Easier for our brain to kind of make that mind-body connection. 2 more. So, serve out, offer wide, back to center, and in. Last one, serve out, offer wide, back to center, and in. Beautiful. I'm going to step my weights off to the side somewhere where I will not trip over them, and then come into this nice little frog position. So, there's not really a good name for this, but my booty is very close to the ground. I'm going to put my elbows on the inside of my knees and just gently, gently press my knees apart. So from the side, I look like an odd frog. Just take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Now release the arms. Bring your awareness to your heels. And as you exhale, stand all the way up. And then come all the way down, booty to the floor. And then exhale all the way up. And then all the way down. Again, keeping your body weight in the heels. That way we're staying out of those knees and protecting our joints. 2 more. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. Beautiful. Now next time I come up, I'm going to make sure I've got room to either side of me. Now when I squat, hold your squat and give me a little sideways walk. Little baby steps, because if you take giant steps, it's really easy and you don't get that much out of it. And again, if you have bad knees, like unfortunately I do, go down to just before discomfort as you walk. If you have awesome knees, drop that booty low. Perfect. We're going to go all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and then call it done. Beautiful. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Oh, let's come back to center. Come all the way up. Now, I'm going to lunge forward, sink into that deep lunge, and stretch my arms wide. Nice and wide. Perfect. From here, I'm going to set my right hand outside my right foot and rotate up to look at the sky. It's called star. Not that maybe anyone cares, but I think I should do. Then come back to center, slowly come up and swap my legs. So now when I lunge back, deep lunge, stretch those arms wide, shoulders down and back. Lean forward. Now my left hand is outside my left foot as I rotate to the right. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Come back to center, both hands on the ground. Step my feet back, come onto my knees, and give me a child's pose. Or again, any stretch that feels good for your body. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. As soon as you're ready, come on down onto your belly. Of course, as always, when I'm on my belly, my feet are actively stretching towards the door and the wall behind me. Hips are neutral and core is engaged. From here, I'm going to start with my arms straight. They're straight in front of me, but the shoulders are down and back in the socket. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come up into like a little baby swan and then back down. Or if you would prefer to inhale up, that's fine too. And then come all the way down. So coming all the way up and then down. Perfect. Give me 2 more, all the way up and then all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Now, if you like, you can crisscross your arms and put your forehead to your forearms. I'm not going to do that because it really messes up your audio. So from here, just keep stretching those legs to opposite walls. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, lift both heels up to the sky and then lower them down. Exhale, lift both heels up to the sky and lower down. Being really sure that as I lift, I'm not lifting so high that I hurt my lower back. So it's okay if your lift isn't very high. Please prioritize the lumbar spine. And down. And lift. And down. Beautiful. 2 more. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Perfect. Now I'm going to take those arms and stretch them back out like I was going to do another swan. But instead, let's add on to this. So now when I exhale, I'm going to lift my upper body and my legs. This is technically called a Superman, but if you want to call it a Wonder Woman, I'm all about that. So I'm stretching my hands away from me towards the wall on the other side of the room and stretching my feet behind me, like I'm trying to touch the wall behind me. Shoulders are still down and back, and I'm as high up as I can while protecting that low back. We're going to hold this for a count of 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Beautiful. Now for this next one, we'll mix it up a bit. So inhale, exhale, Wonder Woman or Superman up. Take your right hand and put it behind you to touch your low back. And then bring it forward, stretch it to the opposite wall, and do the same with the left. And back. So I'm holding my Superman, but now just working on that shoulder mobility and range of motion. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can open those arms out to a T. It's a little bit easier. Give me 2 more. So 1, and then 2, and then come on down. Shake it out if you need to. Refine that neutral with the hips. In case it fell out, make sure your abs are on. We have 1 more, and then we can move on. So, nice deep inhale. Exhale, stretch those arms all the way back out. Another deep inhale. Exhale, come up again into my Superman, Wonder Woman. And from here, give me some swimming. So I'm lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. Or if you need to do same arm, same leg, that's fine. And we're just going to swim for a little bit. Keeping the shoulders down and back, hips are neutral. Beautiful. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. From here, let's roll onto our side. So 1 shoulder on top of the other, 1 hip on top of the other. Hip side series is not your jam in terms of balance. You can bend those knees a little bit. So again, whatever feels good for you. My top arm is going to rest on the top of my hip. And that'll make sense in a minute. Nice deep inhale. And as I exhale, oblique crunch up and back down. So a little bit of an angle so you can see a little bit better what's happening. Of crunching up and down. And as I crunch up, I'm pushing, in this case, my right fingers towards my toes to deepen that side crunch. And back down. If you'll also notice, the bottom arm is coming up off the floor with me. If I leave that bottom arm down, I'm tempted to push into it to get myself up and down, and then I'm using my shoulder and my arm and not my obliques. The other reason I want this top arm on our hip is it's going to let us know as a tactile cue if I'm going straight over or if I'm rotating a little bit as I come up. Because again, we want lower ribs, lower hip to kiss, and no rotation. Beautiful. 3 more. So all the way up and down, up and down. Last one, up and down. Perfect. Now from here, roll onto your back, stretch those legs out, and then keeping the hips in neutral, core engaged, I'm just going to lift one leg up to my 90, and then all the way down before repeating on the other side. So single leg lifts. If this is too easy for you and you're like, what else you got? Give me something a little harder. Then lift both legs up nice and slow and slowly lower down. If doing doubles is too long of a lever and you're not ready for that yet, bend the knees and then come up and down. So we're shortening that lever and making it a little bit easier on the low back until we're ready for straight legs. And again, if you try that and decide, oh, I didn't like any of those options, go back to the single leg lifts and lowers. Beautiful, guys, just like that. And again, as slow as possible, because as always, the slower you go, the better it is to really hone in on those abdominal muscles and really feel those muscles start to work. You can also put your thumb on your low ribs and your fingertips on your hip bone, just to make sure those hips are staying in neutral and not doing a little wiggle wobble. Beautiful. Give me one more on either side or two more if you're doing double legs, and then we can move on. So after your last one, set those legs down. I'm going to pull my knees in, or pardon, my heels in, so my knees are bent. Find my neutral with the hips. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, bridge up. And of course, back down. So inhale, exhale, bridge up and down. Again, articulate, hinge, whatever feels good for you in your body. Beautiful. Nice deep inhales. Deep exhales. So we're just going to do 3 more of these before we add on. So this is 3. And then this is 2. And then of course, last one. Come all the way up and down. Perfect. So now I'll show you easy version and then hard. So I'm going to bridge up. At the height of my bridge, pause, bring one leg to tabletop, set it down, and bridge down. And then of course, repeat on the other side. Bridge up, other leg up, set it down, and come down. If you want that to be a little harder, bring one leg to tabletop, bridge up, set it down, and then set the leg down. Bring the opposite leg up, bridge up, come down, and repeat. So again, you can do whatever feels good for you in your body. Just listen to your body, and again, articulate, hinge, whatever feels good for you, but just make sure that you're making this as hard or as easy as it feels good, and you're able to maintain good form. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now that we've mastered this, optional add-on time. So the next time I'm in my bridge, my leg is in tabletop. I'm going to press that leg to the center of the room, pull it to tabletop, press it to the center of the room, pull it to tabletop, and then bridge down. So 2 tabletop bends and extends. So come up, out, in, and down. Again, you can still do this by bridging up, pulling that leg to tabletop, 2 single leg bends and extends, and then set the leg down and bridge down. So again, this can be as easy or as difficult as you'd like. And if you don't want to do those 2 tabletop bends and extends, you don't have to. That's a-okay. So up, out, in, and then down, and then up, out, in, and down. Give me one more on either side, and then we'll be done. Or with bridges. Out, in. Last one. Coming up, all the way out and in, all the way out and in, and down. Now again, if you need to, rock those knees side to side. Shake your body out for just a second. I'm going to spin around. Now, if you can, bring both legs to tabletop. Again, easy version first. I'm just going to kind of repeat those tabletop bends and extends, just one at a time. If you'd like, you can do both at the same time. If this still feels too easy, as those legs go out, give me a chest lift, and then back in. Chest lift, and back in. So again, make this as easy or as difficult as you would like. The choose your own adventure portion of class. Beautiful. All right. So we're just going to do 4 more of these. So 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Now roll onto your right side, or the opposite side that we did those crunches on earlier. Again, for me, my right arm is going to be a pillow. If you'd like, the legs can be straight or bent, whatever feels good for you. The left arm is on top, one hip is on top of the other, one shoulder on top of the other, and then side crunching up, really stretching that arm towards my feet. Again, I'll rotate so you can see what I'm doing. Rotate, stretch, stretch, stretch those left hands, and down. And again, as I come up, my right arm is coming off the ground, because if I push, I'm not really getting into those abs. And if you know abs, it's all shoulder and arms. So again, just stretch and push. And now, again, like before, my left arm is a tactile cue to let me know if I'm going straight over or if I'm getting a little bit of rotation in there. And I don't want any rotation. I just want to go straight over, really kissing those side lower ribs to my hips. Deep into that oblique. The other thing you can do is if you're like, gosh, I don't know if my obliques are on, you can put this top hand on your obliques and feel them start to activate. So just give it a nice little gentle squeeze until you feel them kick on and then down. Beautiful. 3 more. So stretch and reach. That was 3. Stretch and reach. That's 2. Stretch and reach. That's 1. Come on down. All right. Now from here, I'm going to roll and come up onto my booty. My feet are going to be flat on the ground, and I'm going to put my hands behind me. Really point those fingers at this point wherever it feels comfortable. Shoulders down and back. I'm going to straighten my legs, push those heels into the ground. Nice deep inhale, exhale, reverse plank up. So again, for you all, hopefully you're looking up at the sky so your spine is nice and straight. For me in the audio, I'm looking at you. I'm just going to hang out here for a count of 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then set that booty down. If you need to, you can counter stretch by reaching towards your toes and rounding the spine. Or if you need a different kind of stretch, that's fine. So, because we're not done with our reverse planks. So again, shake those wrists out if you need it. Put those hands behind you, legs straight. Nice deep inhale, exhale, reverse plank up, step the right foot in, step the left foot in, not even crab, step the right foot out, step the left foot out, now I'm back to my plank. So stepping into crab, out to plank, into crab, out to plank, and asking yourself, are my hips in neutral? Is my core on? How are my shoulders? Are they down and back? Or are they starting to climb up towards my ears? Beautiful. So 2 more. All the way out, all the way in is 1, all the way out, all the way in is 2. You need to set that booty down and hug those knees. Sometimes our back gets grumpy being that straight. So if you need to, rounding it can be nice and helpful. Don't worry, 1 more reverse plank and then we're done. So shake it out, shake your wrists out, whatever feels tight. Legs straight, hands behind you, nice deep inhale, exhale, reverse plank up, and then side to side toe taps. We did this earlier in a normal plank, so this movement pattern should feel similar, but we changed the position we're facing, so it's a different move. So 4 more, so 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Come on down, and then stretch forward. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Perfect. Now I'm going to keep my left leg straight. Bend my right knee. So my right foot is on the outside of my left knee. From here, my left elbow is going to go on the outside of my right knee, right hand behind me, as I press my left elbow into my right knee and do a little twist. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales, really massaging that thoracic spine as I rotate. Exhale, slowly release. Now my right leg goes straight. My left foot is going to come on the outside of my right knee, right elbow, inside left knee, as I then rotate left. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. And another deep inhale. Exhale, coming forward. And now let's put our feet in nice prayer pose. So the bottoms of my feet are together. My knees are wide. And if I can, as I exhale, just walk myself forward, trying to touch my nose to the floor. If your body just laughed at you and said, no, we don't do that, that's okay. Here's another thing you can do. Put your hands on the inside of your knee and very, very gently press down as you lean forward. Very gently, because we're trying to stretch out inner thigh, pelvic floor area, and we don't want to hurt anything. So Monday's just getting started. We want to make sure you make it through the rest of your week. And then slowly articulate that spine up. Now I'm going to send my legs straight out in front. Dorsiflex, plantar flex the feet, whatever feels good. And interlace the hands behind my head. I'm not going to pull, but I'm going to use the body weight of my arms to help stretch out my spine a little bit. So just like a seal, I'm going to lead with my nose and start to articulate forward with my spine. Like I'm trying to bring my nose to my knees, letting the body weight of my hands on my neck start to stretch out my cervical and upper thoracic spine. But again, I'm not pulling down. If that worries you that you might start to pull, take your hands and put them on the floor. That way they're just out of the equation. And then slowly start to articulate that spine up one vertebrae at a time. And then once you're up, again, like a little seal, I'm going to dive forward, articulating forward. Again, if it bothers you having those hands on your neck, just set them off to the side. Again, we don't want to tug and pull. You just want to get that nice stretch. And then slowly stack the spine up one more time. Perfect. Now this time, I'm going to stretch my arms out. And as I dive forward like a seal, I'm going to try to send my arms past my toes. Or again, depending on how bendy I am, as far forward as they go. Again, keeping those shoulders down and back. If I pop the shoulders out, I overarch my upper back, and it just doesn't feel good. So again, stretch out and slowly articulate and stack that spine up one vertebrae at a time. Give me one more dive forward. Diving forward as far as you can. And if you need to, you can grab the bottoms of your feet, or your ankles, or your calves, and just gently, again, gently, is the key word here, pull yourself forward, just to kind of deepen that stretch a little bit. Making sure the shoulders are down and back in the socket. And then release those hands, and slowly stack yourself back up. From here, you know what time it is. We're going to slowly come up to standing for your final roll down. So, back to standing. Again, stretch those arms and hands overhead, and then diving forward, like I'm diving over that beach ball. Hands on the floor, or as low as they'll go. If you want, you can shake your head yes, shake your head no, shake your arms, shake your shoulders, shake your booty. If you need to, prance those legs a little bit. Sometimes it feels really good. And then slowly start to articulate that spine all the way up, with your head being the final component to return to standing.